start in the feature. Glad to have you back here on Pit Row TV. So they'll let them work the track in just a little bit on the high side. Get the motor grader off here, and we'll be ready to go. Heats 2 and 3, you need to be ready to go. Heats 2 and 3, down in the lineup chute, you need to be ready to go. You guys are coming up next. Heats 2 and 3, you guys are in the chute, ready to go. Crews going into the infield. In the Ultimate Heart of America Super Late Model Series rules, they can hot pit in the heat races and the feature, which the hot pit will be down in the infield there. You'll see the crews in the center of the infield if they need to, and then they'll have to come back out either on the back or down in turn 4. With all the water in turn 1, they'll need to avoid that. A lot of rain here in eastern Kentucky the last few days. I know down in the Somerset area we've had in excess of 5 inches of rain since last Friday. So a lot of rainouts this season with a lot of racetracks and series across America. I think everybody's ready for summer. So we're going to let them spin the racetrack off here and be ready to go. Track surface looking pretty good. He worked on it there, so we'll see what we got. Let them wind them up just a little bit, put a little heat in the tires. We'll come green. So Fisher, your overall fast qualifier tonight, starting on the pole. Out of Olympia, Kentucky, that Mike Swartz Racing entry. Cameron Marlar alongside him. The winner of heat race number 1 will start on the pole of the 30-lap 5,000 to win feature tonight. So we'll start doubling them up here, getting ready to go. Series director Bill Lapinos down there with the white chalk line down there for the starting zone down there in turn number 4. That's where the drivers will fire. All right, we'll give them 1 to go at the line next time by. We'll be ready to go here. Derek Fisher, Cameron Marlar, 8 laps the distance. They'll fire right there at the white chalk line in turn 4. Next time by, 8 laps the distance. Everybody goes to the show. Heats 2 and 3 coming up next. So we had 20 cars that signed in. 16 of them took time, representing 6 states here tonight. Fisher fast time. And 6 cars will do battle for 8 laps coming to green next time. There you can see the starting lineup again on the screen. Fisher and Marlar, Daniels and Jackson, Vineyard and Brock. 8 laps the distance. Lights are off, coming to green. Heats 2 and 3, going to be some good heat races coming up. Got some good cars on the front, couple rows of those as well. So they'll fire at the stripe here out of turn number 4. Fisher and Marlar. And I don't know. I don't think they're going to let that one go. Looks like maybe just a wee bit early for the 57M. All right, they have to start at the white line. That's what the rules state with the Ultimate Heart of America. They are running the show tonight. So their rules, we will bounce back and forth as the season goes with these co-sanctioned events. Some nights it'll be Battle of the Bluegrass and American Late Model Series rules, and some nights it'll be Ultimate America. We worked together on several shows last year, doing it again this year, so it's always good to work with them, and our crews really gel really well together. So working for the betterment of trying to get this sport built back up, and especially an area that just doesn't run super late models a whole lot. So we're very thankful to the cars that are here tonight. Lights are out. We'll try it again. Fisher, Marlar at the stripe in turn number 4. I believe this one's going to do it. Green flag started at turn number 1. Marlar the inside. Fisher out of the lead out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Seth Daniels in the 3rd. And Fisher going to lead lap number 1. Derek Fisher, Cameron Marlar, Seth Daniels. Mid-side of the racetrack. Single file for the top 6 cars there, as Garrett McLeod did not make the start, as he didn't actually even qualify either tonight. So Fisher up front. Marlar about 2 car lengths back in 2nd. Up in the fluff on the back straightaway just a little bit. Fisher down the lower line of the racetrack. Here comes Marlar. Marlar with a good run out of 3 and 4 that time. We'll see what he can do at a 1 and 2. Cameron to the inside. About a car length and a half down the back straightaway. It'll make it 2 or 3 more now. Fisher will pull it back out. 4 down, 4 to go. 4 down, 4 to go in heat race number 1. Hoosier Racing Tire, heat number 1 for the Battle Bluegrass Dirt Car Series. Cameron Marlar right there, and we got a caution out on the back straightaway. Caution to the center of the back straightaway, as it looks like the 93 car, the North Carolina native Donovan Jackson around there. And that was fixing to get good at the point between Fisher and Marlar there. And it looks like we have got 4 down, 2 to go. So it will be a green 4 down, 4 to go. Excuse me, this is not a 6-lapper. I'll get my Kentucky math right here in a moment. So 93 car with a flat tire, they tell us. You'll see there on the Pit Row TV replay there as he got spun around. Watch this as they come around here in turn number 1 and 2. Seth gets a little loose, but still he's got plenty of room for the 93 car there. And maybe that's what caused the flat and caused the car to spin. So Donovan Jackson around there on the back straightaway with a flat tire. So we will do the Delaware double file restart. That's what they do with their series. They do it until 5 to go in the feature. I know that. So they do it until 5 to go in the feature. So after lap 25, we get it complete. To the green. Lights are off. Coming to green. Derek Fisher can fire anywhere in the middle of 3 and 4. Here's your leader. 4 down, 4 to go in this 8-lap first heat race. Fisher at the point, green flag back in the air. Marlar going to slip back to second here, trying to get a run on Fisher. Desperately wanting that pole position tonight. Doesn't want to have to start back a couple rows. We'll see what he can do. Fisher with a good run. He's fast time, setting his sights on that first heat race. Seth Daniels giving Marlar a little run, finding something on the bottom there a little bit. Seth Daniels here in the 3rd position. The Wilson Excavating Rocket Chassis, 2 to go. 2 laps to go. As Fisher leads him down the back straightaway. Already a winner this season of the Ultimate Heart of America Super Late Model Series at 191 Speedway. And the white flag in the air. This time by for the 38 of Derek Fisher. And we got a car spun around in turn 4 as the caution flag comes out. As we were coming down to that white flag, and the caution flag waves for the 2nd time in this heat race, the 28 car. Looks like that was Corey Brock getting loose there and down around the bottom of turn number 4. Don't forget tomorrow night, June 21st, the Ultimate Pro Late Model Series will be in action tomorrow night for the Rod Carter Jr. Memorial at Thunder Mountain Speedway. And you can see right there, Josh Vineyard just barely gets into the back of Brock a little bit there, but Brock was already loose when he got to the back of him there, you can tell. So just basically nowhere to go, getting his nose there, but not really doing any damage. But you see the 28 going around. Again, tomorrow night for the Ultimate Pro Late Model Series event, Thunder Mountain Speedway in Corbin, Kentucky. $5,021 to win for the Rod Carter Jr. Memorial. Should be a great show tomorrow night. Great weather forecast for the Ultimate Pro Late Model Series. A lot of good names will be down there. Beautiful facility there at Thunder Mountain Speedway, just outside of Corbin, Kentucky. Lights are out. We're going to go green. We're going green and white together right here, and then they'll be coming back to the checkered. So, green flag in the air, white actually. So, it'll be a green, then the checkered. Fisher taking back to the lead. Marlar going to have one more look-see there as they come out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Fisher going to get it done and going to go on to win heat race number 1. Cameron Marlar 2nd, Seth Daniels 3rd, Josh Vineyard 4th, and Corey Brock rounding out the top 5. Right there, the winner in car number 38, the driver out of Olympia, Kentucky. He was fast qualifier in heat race number 1 winner tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Derek Fisher, tonight's heat race number 1 winner. All right, heat race number 2, set and ready to roll out. So it was Fisher, Marlar, Daniels, Vineyard, Brock, and then the 93 car of Jackson and Garrett McLeod, who did not start in that event. Heat race number 2 fixing to roll out. 8 laps the distance. Well, everybody goes to the show. The winner of heat race number 2 will start on the outside front row of the 30-lap, 5,000 win main event a little bit later on. All right, so if you want to go to Facebook Live for the Pit Road TV, they got a live look-in. It's pretty cool, live look-in tonight. We'll see if I can get that on my iPhone. I don't have a flip phone no more. I was able to get rid of that. I believe Caution still has one. I don't know for sure. We'll find out. I'm just giving you a hard time, brother. We know you're watching at home tonight. Yeah, there we are. Share that out. Heat number 2, Brandon Fouts coming to green right here. Heat race number 2, Brandon Fouts in the 81. Alongside him, the one out of Kempton, Kentucky, Andrew Mayab. Row 2 on the inside series, points leader for the Ultimate Heart of America, Blake Creech to 317 out of Richmond, Indiana. Clint Hodges in the 83 H car. Out of Boone, North Carolina, row number 3, the 00, Oscar McCown. And scheduled to start with him, Rocky Moore and Shannon Thornsberry. Rocky Moore not making the call on this one. At the stripe, at a turn number 4, real good start. Fouts going to take the green flag. Here we go. Fouts with the lead out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Mayab there in that second spot. Creech in third. That's McCowan. The battle brewing back here. Shannon Thornsberry with a torn rotator cuff there, racing with a hurt left shoulder. So we'll see how many laps he can do battle tonight as Brandon Fouts back to his up front ways here at Mountain Motor Speedway. He's won in a Crate late model 604 car, super late model, you name it here. He knows how to get around this place. Brandon Fouts out of Kite, Kentucky, the 81 car. Up front, heat race number 2. As we work lap number 3, coming down to 4 down, 4 to go. Halfway indicator right here out of turn 4. Fouts leads it. Then it's Andrew Mayab. Then it's Blake Creech, Oscar McCowan. Top 4 right there as they ride around Mountain Motor Speedway. The live look in here on Facebook Live for Pit Road TV tonight. The Battle of the Bluegrass Dirt Car Series and the Ultimate Heart of America Super Late Models. Co-sanctioned in action tonight. We'll come down to 2 to go this time. Hopefully we'll be clean and green in this heat race. So Fouts with a big lead down the back straightaway. Come to Darren Sloan's white flag at a turn number 4. Brandon Fouts, one more trip around. Blake Creech trying to get up onto the back of Mayab right here. See if he can make a run to try to grab second as they go into 1 and 2. That may not be enough as Brandon Fouts will bring it out of turn number 4. He's going to win heat race number 2. Close second right there, Mayab. He's going to hold off the 317 car of Creech. Oscar McCown smoking across the line in 4th. Then it's Hodges and Thornsberry in 6th. So they'll take the top 5 to the scales there to make it official. Your winner in car number 81, the driver to Kite, Kentucky, Brandon Fouts. He will start on the outside front row of tonight's 30-lap feature, which won't be very long. Got some heat races to go, and then we'll be back up for that main event. We've got one more heat race, though, to bring up onto the speedway. So Fouts won that one over Andrew Mayab. Blake Creech in the 317 car was 3rd. Oscar McCowan moving up 1 spot there to finish in the 4th position. Clint Hodges back a spot to finish 5th. And Shannon Thornsberry rounding out the field. several drivers in the field coming a long way tonight. I know Blake Creech, 5.5, 6 hours from Richmond, Indiana to get down here tonight. Clint Hodges and that crew out of Boone, North Carolina, definitely a long haul for them. As you see Shannon Thornsberry's car at the top of turn number 1, they're going to have to get him a push back to the pits. As you mentioned earlier, he was wearing that shoulder brace. I said, what's going on, Shannon? Former winner here at the track, very good driver in all of Eastern Kentucky. I said, what's going on? He said, I torn my rotator cuff. Got to have surgery coming up. Don't know how much racing I'm going to be able to do this year, but Shannon always with a smile on his face down there, and former winner of the Ironman Classic here at Mountain Motor Speedway many years ago. That familiar number 17 entry out of Martin, Kentucky. There you see him right there live on Pit Road TV. If you want to get on Facebook Live on Pit Road TV, you can see the action. You might even see yourself on camera tonight as they pan the grandstands quite often throughout the night. Give them a wave. Tell them you're watching from Isom, Kentucky tonight. All right, he raced number 3, 8 laps, pulling out on the speedway. Kenneth Howell, not normally in his number 21. He'll be in a 41 car tonight out of Inez, Kentucky. Alongside him in 53C, his first trip here in a Super Late Model, Parkersburg, West Virginia. The Curtis Racing number 53C for the current points leader of the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series. I believe he holds 3 markers over Rusty Schlink heading into next weekend at Lima Land and Montpelier. That'll be Colton Burdett in 53C. Row 2 on the inside, the 12, second in series points with the Ultimate Heart of America late models. Right there, the 12 of Larry Martin Jr. Alongside him, the 15 out of Verona, Kentucky to be Brad Rickles. We'll get them 1 to go at the line next time by. As row 3 will be the 11 car of Lenny Bates out of Thornton, Kentucky. And Daniel Shelton going to make the call for this one. He did not make it in qualifying. Daniel Shelton out of Madison County there, the native, out of Richmond, Kentucky in the 1S. So drivers will fire there at the stripe next time by. 8 laps the distance. They'll take about 5 of them to the scales just to check their weight. 2350, the minimum weight requirement all night long for UMP dirt car rules. Now, it could vary for the feature if they allow pound-to-lap burn-off. Some events do, some don't. So that would be an additional 30 pounds because the feature distance is 30 laps tonight. So, but under UMP dirt car rules, it is 2350 all night long. All right, we'll fire coming off of turn number 4. Howell and Burdett at the stripe. Here we go, green flag in the air. Look at that muscle move to the outside of the racetrack. Burdett's going to get down to turn 2, down the back straightaway. Howell nipping at his heels right there, but Burdett going to come out with the lead. Out of turn 4, Burdett leads Kenneth Howell, Larry Martin, Brad Rickles, Lenny Bates, and Daniel Shelton side by side, almost there for momentarily. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. And you can watch Howell move up the racetrack just a bit. That silt coming off the back of the 53 car, having to make his move and maneuver differently onto the speedway. As you see Daniel Shelton slowing on the back straightaway. He'll pull it into the infield. His heat race is over. Oh, my goodness, as Kenny Howell gets loose, he keeps it back going. Can he hold on to second at the line? He does. Howell still holds on to second, gets the car loose. So that's going to put a big gap between first and second. Larry Martin Jr. third, and Lenny Bates trying to give it Brad Rickles a run for his money back there in the 4th spot. It's Colton Burdett, the leader of the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series, also the Flow Racing Rookie of the Year for that tour this year. So Colton Burdett, he has not finished outside the top 5 this year. I think he's had 3 or 4 top 2 finishes with the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series. So very competitive up front. Left Michigan with a points lead as the series goes to Lima Land Motorsports Park in Montpelier, Indiana next weekend. As Colton Burdett holds down the point, they'll come to the white flag this time by. Atop the flagman stand, Mr. Darren Sloan, promoter here at the Speedway, dropping the white flag on the field. Colton Burdett in 53C, final time down the back straightaway. And that Curtis Racing number 53 entry, he's going to win heat race number 3. Kenneth Howell going to rally back there to finish second. Larry Martin Jr. third, Brad Rickles fourth, Lenny Bates will come home in the 5th position. So his first trip in a super late model here at Mountain Motor Speedway. The driver out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, in the 53C entry, the Steve Curtis entry. Put your hands together. A nice warm welcome. West Virginia's Colton Burdett, the winner of heat race number 3.
Fouts was so high on the droop, he's starting at the rear.
So he don't get that heat race win.
Well, he gets the win, but then the droop penalty drops.
So he starts. Well, breaking news out of the pits. Heat race number 2 winner, Brandon Fouts, did not pass droop inspection. He is disqualified for heat race number 2. We'll start at the tail of the feature. Cars are supposed to be 51 inches max. Once the car is jacked up on the left rear and the tire is able to freely turn, the car is jacked up under the underswung bar, which is there near the drive shaft of the race car. Once it's jacked up and measured, we go 6 inches over there. And if that measurement is more than 51 inches, and that's with the variance. The variance, that is with it. So he was 53 inches, 2 inches over the droop check down on the blacktop pit road. So that's going to give Andrew Mayab the heat win, and he will start on the outside of the front row of tonight's feature. So that will move Brandon Fouts back to 20th in the feature starting lineup. And that's going to be fun to watch because we know he can get around this place, and he's liable to come to the front and win this thing here tonight. I've seen Brandon run really well here over the years. So breaking news out of the pit area. Brandon Fouts disqualified after the heat race victory of heat race number 2. So the modifieds are coming out here for, okay, they're going to run a feature only. So these are the sport mods coming out here for their heat race. And you can watch that live on Pit Road TV while we get our events together. Hunter McLeod, Josh Sexton, Jess Waddles, Dakota Johnson, Byron Sloan, and Cooper Taylor. Those are the cars in this one. Coming to green next time, 6 laps the distance.